Hi, I'm Eric Rocks. I'm Managing Director of SS&C Technologies Canada. One of the big things in Canada that's changed is moving to what's called CRM 2, or the Client Relationship Model version 2. And that really changes, how we're presenting information to our clients. So if you're an IA or you're managing money on behalf of somebody, you have to basically tell them what you're doing and how you're doing it, and really provide full disclosure in terms of what fees you're charging to the client and how they're performing. So, if you take a look historically, what would happen is, fees could be hidden and they could be back inside of a report somewhere. You may not see them right out in the open. And from a performance perspective, you'd be using something called time-weighted rates of returns, which kind of really says how the investment vehicle is doing, but not really how you're doing and how your investments are going. So changing to something called money-weighted rates of return or internal rates of return really changed how open it is for our clients to actually see how their investments are doing. So starting in January of 2017, for the reporting year of 2016, the CRM2 basic rules come in place where you have to have full fee disclosure, as well as having the ability to show this money-weighted rate of return to see how how their investments are actually moving forward. That's a big change in the industry, and that really changes how all of our clients are using our software. And so changing that really changes the operations of our clients and makes them have to think about more transparency, better capabilities in the software, and making it easy to do that. So if you think about it, some of the bigger banks in Canada and across that regulatory framework, they have millions and millions of accounts that they've never had to do this before, and now they have to do it. So they have to have really efficient ways to make that happen, and our software really provides the ability for them to do that, all the way from performance measurement and attribution calculations, but really focused on performance measurement calculations. And the reporting to make that automated is a big deal, and so that's really where we're providing a lot of benefit. So, if you take a look at what's happening in Canada with CRM2, or the Client Relationship Model version 2, and you take a look at the DOL Fiduciary Rule, there's a lot of parallels, and a lot of the same challenges will take place with the DOL Fiduciary Rules. So if you take a look at account opening, for example, if you're opening an account, you have to have software and systems and processes that keep track of what you're talking to with the client at that point in time. When you're managing the money on a go-forward basis, you have to make sure that you are really doing that with what the client wishes to see happen and how they wanted to have their investments managed. So, managing that can be a real pain. So if you wanted to do that manually, you have to maybe keep notes, have a separate client relationship CRM system. You may need to have a way of validating that you are investing the same way that your client has told you to invest. What we've been able to develop is automation around that and systems that actually manage that process for you. So taking a look at rebalancing of client accounts to what their investor policy statement says, ensuring that their wishes are met, and having the system tell you that that's what's required. If you take a look across the board, though, it's not just about rebalancing, it's not about reporting, it's actually about the entire investment process. So you see our clients taking a look at SS&C and our prospects looking at SS&C, looking for software that can really help with not only the DOL Fiduciary Rule, but also the pressures that they're feeling from the fee perspective. Everybody wants to pay less and get more, and what we're trying to do, and what we've been able to do for a lot of our customers, is to give them software that really makes their operations efficient, but also makes them being able to comply with the DOL Fiduciary Rule and CRM2. So being able to have the software tell you when something's happening, when you're running out of cash, or you've gone outside of a benchmark, or you are not billing the way that you should be billing, having dashboards and management capabilities that tell you and alert not only you as an advisor, but also your management team in terms of where you are, is a big deal for us, and that's what we've been able to do. With our software, what is a little bit different than you take a look at other software providers is we're actually doing all the accounting. So we're actually taking the accounting information, we're calculating everything from the ground up, and that allows us to take a look at not only if it's a registered account or a non-registered account and how things are getting billed. It allows us to bifurcate that and actually report it in many different ways. So that's a little bit different than if you're taking your information from another third-party supplier, which is maybe only taking custodial information or something similar. We're actually doing all the accounting and building it from the bottom up so we can report it in any way that you want to see it.